Today, Governor Jared Polis joined some state lawmakers to highlight several bills passed during the legislative session, namely focused on housing affordability.
Denver 7's Brandon Richard joining us tonight with a closer look at those keystone bills. Brandon.
You know, I went back and I counted the governor's State of the State address. I went back through it anyway, and he said the word housing 35 times. That's how much he's been thinking about it. And he says he's happy with what lawmakers have been able to do this session. The question now, when will people start feeling the impact of these bills?
Last year's legislative session ended with Governor Polis suffering a major defeat when lawmakers killed his housing bill. This year, it's a different story.
When it comes to housing, we made a promise and we're delivering real results.
Lawmakers passed a package of housing bills supported by the governor, including one requiring certain communities to set goals to increase affordable housing near transit, another lifting caps on occupancy limits, and a bill making it easier for homeowners to build accessory dwelling units or ADUs on their properties.
Coloradans across our state will have the freedom to build an accessory dwelling unit on their own property. And in doing so, they can create more housing supply that's inherently more affordable and fill critical gaps in communities where infrastructure already exists.
The ADU bill wasn't just pushed by Democrats.
City councilors, our commissioners, we're having a big problem right now with housing in the state, affordability and attainability of housing.
State Representative Ron Weinberg, a Republican, co-sponsored the bill.
My District 51, which is the city of Loveland specifically, was screaming out for any type of solution for that type of problem. And that's what we presented for it as a solution.
But it might not look like a solution for a while. The governor told me it will take time for Coloradans to see and feel the impact of much of the legislation.
This is not the type of thing where you sign the bill and the next week you have, more buses and more housing. But it takes the development cycle, which means not forever. It means it takes a few years, right? This will make Colorado more affordable rather than less affordable over the next few years.
And of course, what really helped is that the governor and Democrats learned from their mistakes last year and broke down that massive housing bill into smaller bills this year, making it easier for them to pass.
And Brandon, speaking of housing issues, we know Coloradans are concerned about their property taxes going up.
And voters can weigh in on that via ballot measures this November on that topic. So where does all that stand?
Yeah, that's another thing that the governor has been touting, this bipartisan bill that he says will provide relief to property owners, but those ballot initiatives could derail that. There will be at least one measure we know on November's ballot to limit property tax revenue growth. Conservative groups behind that still gathering signatures trying to get a second initiative on the ballot that would cut billions from local governments. Many lawmakers are concerned, saying those initiatives would be a disaster for Colorado.
Brandon Richard for us tonight. Thank you.